It's what you hearing. It's what you hearing. Listen. It's what you hearing. Listen. It's what you hearing. Listen. Let's go give it to you.
It's time for a new Resident Evil game. Yo, what is up guys, and welcome back to McGahee's Entertainment. I'm your host as always, Adam McGahee. So for those of you who know and those who don't know, we are going to be getting a brand new Resident Evil game soon. I love the Resident Evil 2 remake that came out a couple months ago. That game was absolutely fantastic. That was my #1 game to play this year, and I couldn't have enjoyed it any more than I did. But come to find out, we're going to be getting another brand new Resident Evil game Capcom has announced, and fresh off the tails of this, so I couldn't be any more excited. So we got a trailer for this brand new game just a couple days ago, and Capcom has dubbed the game Project Resistance, which I actually think sounds pretty cool. Now, I initially was going to do just a video reaction and a theory video on just the trailer itself. I didn't get to do it right when the trailer came out because I was busy with work and family and everything like that. And so I was working on this video today when I noticed that IGN put out an article that they actually got their hands on a demo at Tokyo Game Show of this brand new game. So I actually have some brand new information for you guys, and from what I've been reading about this, it actually sounds really cool. I'm kind of skeptic about some things, but altogether this sounds like it's going to be a very, very interesting and unique project for the Resident Evil series. So for those who have seen this trailer already, you'll have noticed that there's going to be 4 main protagonists in this game, 2 males and 2 females. And I know myself and a lot of other people, when they first saw this trailer, they were getting very heavy Left 4 Dead vibes from this game, where you're playing as 4 survivors pitted against a mob of zombies. And judging from the article that I read from IGN, I mean, yes, this game is taking some influence from Left 4 Dead, of course, because it seems to be aiming for a multiplayer co-op style game, but it's not a direct Left 4 Dead clone that some people were worried that this game was going to be. I personally would not have an issue with a Left 4 Dead style game with a Resident Evil coat of paint over it. I actually think that would be really cool, but from this article, they're taking their own original take on it too, and from the details I've been seeing, it sounds pretty exciting. Okay guys, so I have the IGN article pulled up right here. I'm not going to read the whole thing, I'm just going to go over a couple of the juicy details that I thought were pretty interesting to myself. Starting on the second paragraph here, I'm just going to read a little bit of this. So, before starting my hands-on demo with Project Resistance, Capcom made it clear that this was not so much a full product as it was still an idea, which is interesting to me, so it sounds like this game is a ways out to being released. And it's plain to see where the idea was birthed from. So it sounds like this game is going to be a touch of Dead by Daylight, Friday the 13th's asymmetrical multiplayer, a dash of an escape room challenge gone horribly wrong, with a bit of Left 4 Dead's focus on constantly moving between safe rooms. And don't forget the role of an evil mastermind that feels similar to what we once saw in the now cancelled Fable Legends. Project Resistance is all of this and more thanks, culminating in a premise that feels right at home as a Resident Evil experience. Yeah, so this honestly sounds very interesting. I have played a little bit of Dead by Daylight and Friday the 13th before. For those of you who have not played those games, they're also a game where you play as a group of survivors, and then one player plays as a monster, or in Friday the 13th's case, they get to play as Jason Voorhees, and their job is to hunt the other players down, while the goal of the other players is to survive against the monster player. So what it sounds like this game is going to be is there's going to be one player who's the criminal mastermind who is going to be in control of the zombies, and they're going to be being the ones, I guess, who place the zombies in different locations or different monsters in different locations to try to attack and ultimately, I suppose, kill the other surviving players. And the goal of the surviving players, of course, is to survive these traps. So I honestly think this sounds really cool. I've personally never even gone to a real escape room. I keep meaning to go, and just the fact of an escape room with zombies sounds very cool. I do believe that they have some escape rooms with a zombie theme out in California and in some other states too, and I've always wanted to try something like that. But getting to play this in a video game with my friends, friends who I have to find first to play with. This sounds super interesting, and I honestly cannot wait to give this a try. Okay, so here's another part of the article that I found interesting. So 4 survivors must navigate 3 separate areas and work together to overcome zombies, traps, and locate puzzle pieces by destroying key items to escape before time runs out. They'll have to stay one step ahead of the evil Umbrella Corporation mastermind. And so each side is playing a very different game. So there's going to be different strategies for each room. And the 4 survivors, who they say look like Resident Evil's messed up version of the Breakfast Club, they function similar to Leon and Claire from the Resident Evil 2 remake. So I can only imagine that they're going to be using elements or just the straight up RE engine from the Resident Evil 2 remake. I mean, because the game just came out. I mean, it would only make sense for them to use these assets to push out a game like this soon. So there's going to be different classes of player styles. So there's going to be Valerie the healer, which is of course going to be one of the female characters. She can send out a pulse that highlights items to pick up, as well as the ability to heal the group. And there's also going to be January, who's going to be the hacker, who has essential abilities that can shut down one of the Mastermind's cameras. Okay, so that's pretty cool, and slow the rate of the summoned horrors. There's Tyrone, the tank, who can rally his friends and reduce the damage they take, and lets loose a kick that can give the tyrant a pause. And then there's also Samuel, the fighter, who is all about offense and can use melee weapons or his own 2 fists to great effect. Oh, they have some screenshots down here. Yeah, this looks pretty cool. Okay, yet another update while I was making this video. We actually got some gameplay footage going on here. Video credit here goes to GameSpot. I saw they uploaded a video after they got their hands on at the demo at Tokyo Game Show. And from what I'm seeing here, honestly, the game looks pretty cool. I mean, from what they were saying, and even from the article on IGN, the game is still very much a work in progress. Honestly, like from what I've been watching here, it looks like there's even like some RPG elements similar to the raid mode that you saw in Resident Evil Revelations, because you see the numerical values coming out when you shoot zombies. So I can only imagine that guns do level up similar to raid mode in the Revelations games. And so it looks here you get to choose between the different characters that you can select between Valerie, January, Tyrone, and Samuel. And this appears to be the view from the Mastermind's point of view, who's going to be laying the traps for the teenagers here. And here's an example of the traps here. It seems like there's some traps that you can lay on the zombies. And from other things I was watching too, it looks like that you can even play as Mr. X, which is awesome. The Mastermind can spawn him, it appears, and then you can even play as the hulking tyrant Mr. X himself, which is really, really cool. I know a lot of people were thinking that this game was going to be like a new version of Resident Evil Outbreak, which was an online Resident Evil co-op experience that was on the PlayStation 2. I never got a chance to play those because it was I was a little too young to play Resident Evil at the time. But all in all, this game looks interesting. It doesn't look quite like that, because I know people were kind of wanting like a big, like, explorative game where you get to hang out with your friends in Raccoon City and pretty much survive the zombie apocalypse. This doesn't seem like the case too much. It seems like you're going to be in set environments in these escape-style rooms as they were placing it before. So it's an interesting concept. Like I said, it still looks like a work in progress. Still looks like they have some kinks to iron out. But all in all, I'm actually very excited to give this a try. Like I said, gotta find some friends first to be able to play online with. I'm on PS4, so if any of you guys watching have PS4, be sure to add me. And whenever this comes out, I'll be sure to give this a try with y'all. Alright guys, so I think that's going to do it for the video today. Had a little bit of mixed feelings about the game so far. I mean, overall, I'm optimistic about it. I thought the game was going to be a little bit more story focused at first. I mean, it's hard to tell at this point, but I thought, like I said before, that it was going to be more of an Outbreak style game, because Resident Evil Outbreak, despite it being an online game, had very much a story to it. It told the story of survivors who you didn't even know about from Raccoon City. So, I mean, this game seems like it's going to be one of those multiplayer games that really don't have too much of a story. I mean, the online experience seems like it's going to be the main drawing focus. It's going to be like one of those you create your own story kind of games. I'm not a huge fan of those, but in the case of Resident Evil, I may be really willing to give this a try. If there is a story, I would absolutely love that, because when I first saw the trailer for the game, I thought that the whole criminal mastermind was going to be Albert Wesker. I was going to be like, oh, Wesker's back, I can't wait to see him again. I mean, that could still be the case, although I'm really not too sure at this point. I mean, it's probably just like another Umbrella scientist or something like that. That was a brand new character that was created for this game. I mean, Resident Evil does have a track record of making some pretty lousy online games. I mean, we had Operation Raccoon City a couple years back on the last gen on PS3 and Xbox 360. And honestly, I did have fun with the game, like, on launch. It sounded really, really cool when the concept of it, when it was first coming out. That initial trailer for it was really cool and everything too, but I mean, the finished product was just very broken, very glitchy, very buggy. I mean, I still had a good time with it from time to time, but just due to the glitches in the game, I couldn't even beat it. That's how bad they got sometimes. And then there was Umbrella Corps. I tried that, and honestly, I think I played one level of the game before I just decided, like, I was just sick of it. I was like, this is not Resident Evil. I know they were trying to really push, like, the whole esports thing with that game and everything, and no, that was just not the focus of it. I hope that this game doesn't end up in, like, in the bargain bin sales of, like, the other online Resident Evil games. I hope it's going to be as good as Outbreak, because Resident Evil Outbreak style game in today's generation, where online gaming is the main focus, I really think that could sell. And I definitely think it's smart of them in the trailers right now and even during the gameplay to feature Mr. X, because he's a highly marketable character right now, hot off the heels of Resident Evil 2, because of the memes and just due to how terrifying he was in the game. They're using some of the right elements, but I just want to see everything come together, because I want to see the game do well, and I want to see and hear other people talking about this great online new game that is Resident Evil. So yeah, that's going to do it for my video today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to like and subscribe if you liked the video, and comment below, what do you think about Project Resistance? Are you excited for it? Are you not excited for it? If you're not, I mean, I totally understand. For the most part, it does not seem like a lot of Resident Evil fans are very excited about this just yet. Like I said, it's a work in progress, so we'll see. Like I said, I can't thank you guys enough for watching and checking this out. Be sure to let me know what you think, and yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Catch you later.